We are live from Henley Field. Scott Jamieson along with Tyler Allen here momentarily. Tyler's got some other things to tend to. He's got to make sure the broadcast is up and stays up and all the cameras and all that good stuff. There you are, Tyler. That was quick.
Thank you.
So we are ready to go. Eastern Florida and Gulf Coast playing in an elimination game in what will probably eventually be under the lights unless we have one of the fastest games ever.
Well, that last game seemed like it was pretty quick. It was actually still 2.5+ hours. I forget what the final time was.
Yeah, and we might have started a little early. So 2.5, though, is in these tournaments when they're making so many pitching change. You're right, it seems long, but comparatively, when every other game's been about 3 hours, 2.5 does seem short. Pitch up and out. Now 1-2. The pitcher on the mound for Gulf Coast is Alec Wisely. He's also hitting in the 6th spot for himself. That's down now 2-2. I'm having a really hard time reading the Eastern Florida roster, so I'm hoping we can decipher this. Tyler's going to try to decipher it. Ball hit to second. Up with it, over to first for the out. So one down here for Gulf Coast. Next batter for Eastern Florida is number 16, the second baseman, Noberto Navarro. That one hit to short. Navarro can run. Have to hurry. He keeps that foot on and gets the out. That was the shortstop for Gulf Coast, Jordan Tilsky.
Brings up the shortstop, number 17, Vincent Capra.
Vincent Capra will now bat. Pitch is down in the dirt, ball 1. Two-0 count now to Capra, the shortstop, and now he takes that one in there for a strike, close. In the hole, nice play by Tilsky, beautifully done. Slides, pops up, makes the throw. We've seen some great defense. And that was no exception right there. A nice play to get Vincent Capra. So a 1-2-3 inning, 3 groundouts. And now Gulf Coast will come to the plate with Austin Murphy, Wes Roberson, and Bowen McGuffin. We'll be back right after this. Back at Henley Field in Lakeland, and Gulf Coast dropped a game to Polk earlier today, and that's what has put them in this position. Eastern Florida has staved off elimination a couple times.
Leading off for Gulf Coast State is the center fielder, number 6, Austin Murphy.
Austin Murphy will lead off for Gulf Coast. Eastern Florida eliminated the College of Central Florida as well as St. Pete, and now have a chance to put a third team out. Murphy takes on the inside corner for a strike, count now 1-1. Long looking from the pitcher, and the shadows have drifted across home plate and out at the edge of the pitcher's mound. So coming out of the pitcher's hand, the ball is in the sunlight and immediately goes into the shadows. Chipola College eliminated the St. John's River State College, I should say. Last game, 13-5 and 7. Mercy rule went into effect. The national mercy rule is in effect here. 10 runs after 5 or 8 runs after 7. And that's what Chipola was able to do. Good first at bat for Gulf Coast by Austin Murphy. One hits him. Was going to be ball 4. He'll take the base, so leadoff man on for Gulf Coast.
Next batter for the Commodores is the second baseman, number 4, Wesley Roberson.
Wesley Roberson will now bat. Roberson playing second base. Swing and a miss from Roberson, 0-1. And thank you, Tyler. Tyler had to decode that. I think they give us about the 5th page of their carbon copy, Eastern Florida, and it's tough to read.
Well, then especially with the copy of the carbon copy.
Correct. Yeah, so it's a pink
As
or a
anyone
yellow
that's
copy.
ever used a copier, they know how things start fading as you make more and more copies of it.
Gulf Coast, it looks like they gave us the top copy or the second one maybe. Got lucky there.
Well, that's going to hit him also.
Hit him again, so now 2 hit by pitch. Doesn't feel good. The Eastern Florida pitcher, Walsh. Jacob Walsh.
Brings up the left fielder, number 2, Bowen McGuffin.
He started against Santa Fe on Sunday, did he not, Tyler? Believe so.
Same name sounds familiar, I would say yes.
Bringing him back on Wednesday. And he's hit the first 2 batters. First and second, nobody out, 1 strike count. One fouled back, breaking pitch knocked into the screen. Swing and a miss. Down and in, get some fishing for it. And there's 1 down now, and still 2 on.
Next batter for Gulf Coast State is the first baseman, number 16, Nick Nelson.
Nick Nelson hit a 3-run bomb against Polk State earlier today. He also started on the mound, multi-talented player. Nelson with 10 home runs on the season now. Nelson ready. Runners at first and second, and the Shadows have almost reached halfway up the pitcher's mound. Nelson fouls it off, takes a big hack on the first pitch. Oh, 1 pitch from Walsh. Nelson hits it out to center field. Titan center fielder brings it in. Throws it in now, runners at first and third. So the runner at second was able to move up. That was Murphy, and Roberson had to hold at first. There's now 2 down. And Jonathan Bennett, the catcher, will bat.
Brings up the catcher, number 10, Jonathan Bennett.
Pitch up and out. One and 0, runners at first and third, 2 outs. Eastern Florida trying to get out of a jam. There was 2 on and nobody out. Ball hit to short on a couple hops. Covering at second for the out was Navarro. And Eastern Florida gets out of the inning. So we'll go to the second, score tied at 0. And due up for Eastern Florida, Sammy Duran, John Capra, and Luis Ciro. We'll be right back. Sammy Duran to start things off for Eastern Florida. Neither team able to push a run across in the first, and that's something we haven't seen much of today. And a lot of scoring in the first inning.
Yeah, there's quite a few teams, I think, today that scored several runs. Not just one, but I think several runs in the first inning.
And Chipola scored 9 combined between their 2 games in the first inning alone. And they had 22 runs total today in their 2 games. They lost one of them, though. Lost 10-9 to Santa Fe. That one hammered out into left field, a single for Sammy Duran. So the first hit of the game for Eastern Florida is by the right fielder. And that'll bring up John Capra, the third baseman, brother of Vincent Capra, the shortstop.
And I think we were told they're not twins.
Not twins, no, even though they're both freshmen. Which doesn't really mean anything, but it may be assumed by some people when they see that they're twin brothers, but they are not. Fouled back now 1-1. One to Capra. That one hit up the middle, gloved, and a nice play made by Tilsky, and he has made 2 really nice plays defensively at short. Dives and then shovels it to second. Had there not been a runner on first, that probably would have been a hit. Now Luis Ciro will bat. Runner goes, and they get him stealing by quite a bit. Just like that, there's 2 outs. Capra caught stealing. To third, throw across, 3 outs. Quick inning. Ciro grounds out. We're going to the bottom of the second. Gulf Coast set to bring Wisely, Bell, and Galzado to the plate. Back at Henley Field in Lakeland, Florida. Eastern Florida and Gulf Coast. The winner of this game will play the loser of the Polk Santa Fe game. That one's scheduled for tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. The winner of that Polk Santa Fe game will get Chipola College. So far, eliminated teams Broward, College of Central Florida, St. Pete, Northwest Florida, and St. John's River. One more team will be going home after this, and we will be left with 4.
Leading off for Gulf Coast State is number 21, the pitcher, Alec Wisely.
Pitcher Alec Wisely leading off for Gulf Coast. Wisely 6-1 with a 3.55 ERA as a pitcher, 49 strikeouts, 58 in the third innings with a save. As a hitter, he's pretty good too, 351. 2 home runs, 23 RBI, 8 doubles. Outside corner strike to Wisely. Two-two pitch coming up from Jacob Walsh, who started the first game on Sunday. Threw quite a few pitches against Santa Fe, too, coming back on not much rest. It's a swing and a miss on Wisely for the swinging strikeout. Now Brady Bell will bat. Brady Bell playing third base in this game for Gulf Coast. He pinch hit and got a hit in the last game against Polk.
13, third baseman Brady Bell.
That one hit deep to right and playable for the right fielder. A nice running catch by Sammy Duran.
Brings up the right fielder, number 15, Carnegie Calzado.
Two outs, nobody on for Carnegie Calzado. Swing and a miss for strike one. Well, one of these teams will be going home and the other will be moving on to continue. Eastern Florida's already taken 2 teams out. Trying to take out a third. Did not go around, 1-1. Gulf Coast won their opening round game. Against Broward College, 5-3. It was actually the opening game of the tournament. And then lost to Polk earlier today. That game was supposed to take place last night, but with all the rain that we've had, today's been the first nice day since Sunday. And 2 days in a row of either rain delays or completely washed out suspended games and rescheduled games. Sweeping breaking ball off the plate. Wind blowing out. That's off the plate now, 3-2. Dimensions of Henley Field, 325 down the left field line, 365 in the left center field gap, 330 down the right field line, 385 in the right field gap, a little bit deeper than left field, and 405 in center. Outside corner, strike 3 looking, end of the inning. The 2 strikeouts in the inning for Jacob Walsh, 3 total And after 2, we've got a scoreless game and just 1 hit. So Eastern Florida will come to bat in the top of the 3rd with Ian Lyle, Ruben Garcia, and Jan Jimenez. We'll be back right after this with more from the FCSA Sports YouTube channel. Ian Lyle will lead off for Eastern Florida. We've got a scoreless game going into the top of the 3rd. Lyle, the left fielder. Wisely has faced the minimum. Sammy Duran was thrown out, or was out. He reached on a hit in the 2nd, but was then out on a fielder's choice. Capper was caught stealing, and Ciro grounded out. So we are at the number 7 hitter in the lineup. Lyle fouls one back. Hit out to left. Deep, but not deep enough. Had trouble picking it up at first, but able to make the play for the first out.
Brings up the first baseman, number 6, Ruben Garcia.
Ruben Garcia will now bat. He's pitched a little bit in this tournament after only throwing 3 innings. Garcia fouls that one down the right side, out of play. Oh, the no-see-ums and the Nats have picked up today. That one in right field coming on strong and making a sliding catch. Out and right. That was Galzado. Nice play by the right fielder. Coming on for that one. Those are one of those plays, if it gets by you, it's a lot of trouble. That one was hit high enough to where it probably wouldn't have rolled all the way to the fence for an inside-the-park home run or anything, but it still would have been extra bases if he doesn't catch that. So a nice play to take away a hit from Garcia. Now the number 9 hitter, Gian Jimenez, the catcher. Chopped up in the air, foul off his foot. Is that an owl that I'm hearing? Yes, it is.
An owl.
I don't know if you can hear that through the microphone, but there is an owl behind us hooting.
I've heard it the past couple days, but wherever it is right now seems a little bit closer than normal.
It's the first I've heard it, so it must be a lot closer. I can't hear very well anymore, but
Can't be that age thing. So it's gotta be
No,
something
it's
else.
not age.
Maybe it's all the music back
Concerts.
they used to listen
Probably
to.
concerts.
Yeah. So I didn't go to a lot of concerts, so maybe that's what it is.
Just go to a lot with my buddy Brian. Janice Landing in St. Pete. A lot of good concerts there.
Speaking of hooting, I have gone to a Hootie and the Blowfish concert.
Oh, nice. That's one of the bands I did not see. That would have been a pretty good one to see, though.
I went to that one at the O'Connell Center in Gainesville.
That one rolled out to shortstop for the out. I've seen Garth Brooks a couple times, Metallica a couple times. Those were pretty cool. Eric Clapton a couple times. That was a good one.
More recently, I've gone to, I think, 3 now of 21 Pilots.
Never heard of them, but I'm sure they're good. If you like them, I'm sure they're good. You have good taste in music. 21 Pilots. I'll have to look them up. You'll have to play something for me later.
They're a little bit newer of a band.
Oh, okay.
But they've started touring a lot throughout the United States and also into Europe, doing some tours.
Nice. Well, if you're going to other continents, you're obviously doing something right. So
they definitely kind of exploded pretty quickly.
What do they have? A popular song? What's their song? Do they have a song on the radio?
One that's on the radio a lot is "Stressed Out."
Okay.
Can't think of one of their other ones from their newer album, but they got a couple songs that are on the radio a lot.
Interesting. Well, yeah, that could be it. Concerts, I guess, could be my downfall with my hearing. My wife's always making fun of me. My wife says I need to get one of those ear horns, from like the 1700s that they used to stick in their ear. So she'll always, if I say what, I couldn't hear her, she always makes that little.
What, you mean you don't still have one? Oh, wait, you're not that old, right?
Not that old, no. Oh, thanks, Tyler. Gosh, it's so fun being around young people. Some people would say I'm a young person.
What'd you guys do before cars?
You know what? I was before cell phones, I will say that. And computers. I grew up and went to elementary school without computers. I guess they started to, maybe they had the,
so what was
they did have computers, but they didn't have like the internet. I should say the internet. They did have computers.
What was it like with the smoke signals that you had to send?
We had to, carrier pigeon is how I tended to
gotcha.
send my messages, yes.
Is that how you sent them like during class?
Uh-huh.
Like with your,
you send them if you liked a girl, you send her
a carrier pigeon.
Send her a carrier pigeon to the next room over or whatever, yeah. Or in the bottom of the third, Tilsky, the shortstop, is going to bat, followed by leadoff man Murphy and then Wes Roberson.
Jordan Tilsky.
Again, we'd like to encourage you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. There have been a lot of time changes. Pretty much every single game except the first game of the day.
Except for today, it was changed.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Has gotten off to at least an hour's 30, 40 minutes later just because of the length of the games. And weather obviously played a part the last couple of days. Even today we're an hour behind what would have been the schedule. But, they schedule the games every 3 hours, but the grounds crew takes about 40 minutes. So if you don't have a 2 hour and 20-minute game every time, it's impossible to stay on schedule. Fouled back by Tilsky, 0-2 now from Jacob Walsh.
Well, even the only reason why we're even only an hour behind is because of the run rule in the last game. It's the only thing that's got us closer to being on track.
Well, and Hugo Valdez hitting that walk-off home run against Chipola because that game was
It's
about headed to extra innings,
yep.
Which would have stretched that game out. Walsh way out of the zone on 0-2. Tried to get Tilsky to chase one up. He lays off. This is game 14. We should have been on game 16 right now, I believe. To second. First baseman Garcia goes over to cover and just gets him. Garcia came off the bag to go for that one, then realized he better go over and cover.
I thought I heard an echo go.
I thought I heard myself for a second. I popped it up on my phone to look at the feed, and I had the volume all the way up, so it was a little weird. One out. Walsh facing the leadoff man, Austin Murphy. Well, Tyler, just got a note from SID at Eastern Florida, and I literally could not have been any more wrong about the Capras. They are identical twins.
So I'm pretty sure someone told us they weren't twins.
We were
so
told,
that was
yeah, we were told by somebody
misinformation.
at the ballpark that they weren't. So, sorry, Mark. We were given some wrong information there.
Yeah, someone walked up to you, I know, in between games somewhere and said they are not identical, or they are not twins at all.
Yeah, he said they're in the same grade, but they're not twins. So, oh well, they are. They're identical, in fact. So there you go. Apologize for that misinformation that went out over the airwaves. We got it cleared up though, thanks to Mark Dakotas at Eastern Florida. Mark does a great job over there.
Appreciate you watching.
Yes, and thank you for watching and correcting me, because you do 14 games and you're gonna slip up a lot. Well, it shouldn't be a lot.
I don't know about a lot.
Yeah,
No,
okay, a few
some
times.
small
A few
small
times,
things.
yeah. That's a big one, though. From not twins to identical twins. But we've got the Capra family tree figured out now. They are identical twins and sophomores. And good ball players. Good infielders. They take care of the left side of the infield for Eastern Florida. Count 1-1, 1 out. Runner at first. Runner goes. Murphy got a good jump, and the catcher was not able to pull the ball out of his glove. Jimenez got stuck in there, and Murphy steals the base. So Wes Roberson now with an RBI opportunity, a runner in scoring position out there at second. Breaking ball didn't break, stayed up 2-2. Austin Murphy with 11 stolen bases. Fouled back, out of play, up over the netting. Swing and a miss by Roberson, a strikeout for Jacob Walsh. Second out, now the RBI opportunity up to Bowen McGuffin. He struck out swinging in the first inning after the first two batters reached on hit by pitch. Another one that stayed up and out of the zone, 1-0. McGuffin, the left fielder for Coach Candler. Gulf Coast, the runners-up in the Panhandle Conference. Eastern Florida, runners-up in the Southern. There are 5 teams remaining. We'll have 4 after this game. Started with 10. For tomorrow's game in the winner's bracket, Santa Fe College will be home. Polk State will be the away team. That one driven out to left. Coming on and making the catch is Ian Lyle. So McGuffin lines out to left field to end the Gulf Coast threat, and we're still scoreless. We're going to the top of the fourth, top of the order. Rodriguez, Navarro, and Vincent Capra, one half of identical twins, coming up. Manny Rodriguez, leadoff hitter for Eastern Florida to get things going for the Titans. We're still scoreless going into the fourth. Just one hit. Eastern Florida's got one. Gulf Coast yet to pick one up on Jacob Walsh. Both pitchers are throwing gems so far. Rodriguez to short. Tilsky across for the out. Second ground out for Rodriguez. That'll bring Navarro to bat.
Brings up the second baseman, number 16, Norberto Navarro.
Roberto Navarro now coming to bat, the second baseman, number 16. Alec Wisely gets a pop-up out to right. And Galzado gathers that one in easily for the second out.
Next batter for Eastern Florida is number 17, the shortstop, Vincent Capra.
Well, Gulf Coast had a runner at third in the first inning. Eastern Florida has not put one past first base yet. So neither team really threatened too much. Pitch down. Batter now, Vincent Capra, who's identical twin brother, by the way, Tyler. John plays third base and hits two batters after him. Again, thank you to Mark for letting us know that.
Always like to make sure we have the right information.
Absolutely, especially when it's something like that. Mom and Dad and Grandma and Grandpa are probably watching going, what are these guys talking about? We were there. We know they're twins. Capra grounded out to short in the first inning. Hits this one to third. It stays fair. Throw going to be high and off the bag. It's going to be an E5. They're going to give him a hit.
Brings up the right fielder, number 11, Sammy Duran.
I don't agree with that one, but I'm not the official scorekeeper. The reasoning was they thought he was going to beat that out anyways, and I think he was going to be out by a couple steps. But, again, not the official scorekeeper. That's why he's up there doing that. Knows what. Been doing it for a long time. A single for Capra, infield single. Second hit for Eastern Florida. This one's skied out to right. Sammy Duran. And Galzado right underneath it for the catch. So no harm done on that single by Capra. He's stranded at first. And we'll move into the bottom of the fourth. Gulf Coast going to send Nelson, Bennett, and Wisely, the pitcher, to the plate. We'll be back with more from the 2016 FCSAA tournament right here in Lakeland. First pitch to Nick Nelson. Fouled off. Well, this is our 14th game. Hope we still sound all right. We're still giving you some good broadcasts. It's been a long haul, especially with all the rain delays. The grounds crew's done a great job. Nick Nelson drives one out into the gap. It's cut off, so he'll have to settle for a single. But the first hit for Gulf Coast comes in the fourth inning. Also the Polk State softball, some of the softball players have been here helping us out with the camera and getting foul balls and
putting the tarp on when it's raining.
Yeah, actually going out on the field, and they were actually here at 6:15 this morning. I'm sure thrilled to be here at 6:15 in the morning helping pull the tarp off. And there for a strike from Walsh. Catcher Bennett. Sorry, I was trying to kill a wasp that was going to attack our camera operator, I have a feeling. She has a red Polk State shirt on. He was going to go right for it. Could see it. Tyler's going to go dispose of the Wasp. 1-1 count to Bennett. That one in there for a strike. Now 1-2. Hit through the hole. And a base hit. Put runners at first and third. Nobody out. 2 straight hits. Gulf Coast came in with no hits until that one.
Next batter for the Commodores is the pitcher, number 21, Alec Wisely.
Now the pitcher, Alec Wisely, will bat. Wisely hits one right at the shortstop. Runners froze. They'll go back. And Bennett went diving back into first base just to make sure. Now there's one down.
Baseman number 13, Brady Bell.
Brady Bell, the third baseman, batting. Off the plate, ball 1. There's the pitch on the outside corner for a strike to Bell. One count, 1 out. That one's hit to short. Could be 2. And out at first. Double play turn by Eastern Florida to save a run. And he got him by about a half a step. What a turn by Eastern Florida. We'll try to get a replay. I'm not sure if I gave Tyler the replay signal fast enough. We'll watch it here on our screen too. We'll see what all our opinions are. Don't have a replay? Well, from the still frame we have, it looks like he was safe. His foot's on the base and the ball is not yet in the bag, but there's no replay here, so can't change the call. But it was close, and the umpire gets one look at it, and it's not in slow-mo, so not much that you can do. So we'll be back with the top of the 5th. Eastern Florida and Gulf Coast tied at 0. at Henley Field live at the 2016 FCSA tournament. I want to thank Bing Tyus and Kelly Warren, Wally Minto, and everybody else, Rick Hitt, Bill Hamilton, for helping to make this tournament possible. It's been really a lot of pressure has been put on the grounds crew and the staff here at Henley, which is a lot of the staff from the Flying Tigers who have done such a good job, the scorekeepers, scoreboard operators, music operators, the official scorekeeper up there, the announcer. Everyone has been putting in well over 50 hours in the last 3 or 4 days. I mean, easily. So,
well, when you got about 18-hour days, adds up quickly.
Yeah, and yesterday was a 12-hour day, and we were relieved to get to leave after just 12 hours. It seemed crazy.
Just 12 hours.
That we'd be able to leave after 12. Walk drawn by John Capra to start the 5th.
Well, looking at that storm that we had when we
had
the guaranteed 3-hour delay, we went back to the hotel to rest for a little bit and then to wait for the decision. But when we were looking at the storm, it looked like it was going to pass over pretty quickly. I thought maybe they would actually try to start that game back up just to get that one done.
Yeah, I think they made the call that after 2 days of that kind of rain, the field probably needed a little bit of time to dry out at least. And these fields do drain. It's a field used by the Flying Tigers right now in Florida Southern, home to the Mocs. They play their home games here, and also Lakeland High School. So it gets a lot of use, but it has a really good drainage system, and they came and put a professional-type field in here, and you can tell just looking at the grass and how quickly it drained, especially 2 days ago during that rain, that they actually came back and played. Right field and left field beyond the tarps were underwater, completely underwater. You couldn't even see the grass in some area. In most of the areas, I was like ponds. And so the field does drain really well, but I think after so much, you've got to let it dry out. There's a base hit for Ciro. The runner will go from first to third. It's cut off. They'll hold the runner at first. And now runners on the corners to start the 5th for Eastern Florida. Third hit of the game for Eastern Florida. Well, they're expecting storms about 1 in the morning here in Lakeland. The next game after this is not until 10 a.m. Sun should be set here about 8:12. That's what they're calling for. So about 20 more minutes before the sun starts to dip out of view. Tomorrow is an 80% chance of rain, with thunderstorms developing later in the day, so may be able to get some stuff in the morning. Swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt by Ian Lyle. Well, sometimes you get overzealous with runners in scoring position and you're really trying to put the ball in play. That was one of those times. Now Lyle 1-2. Try to hit something out of the infield. Gulf Coast playing for the double play. They're willing to give up that run at third base to turn 2. Alec Wisely pitching in his 5th inning of work. Swing and a miss. Strikeout of Ian Lyle, the left fielder. Now Ruben Garcia, he flew out to right in his first at bat, will bat.
Florida, number 6, first baseman, Ruben Garcia.
Garcia from Port St. Lucie. .286 hitter to short. There's 1. There's 2. Both teams turn double plays to save a run. And the innings end the exact same with runners stranded at third that come across the plate, but the runs do not count because of a double play. So we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Gulf Coast is going to come to bat. with the score still tied at 0-0 and 2 up for the Commodores. We've got, looks like, Galzado, Tilsky, and Murphy, I believe. We'll see when we come back. We'll be right back after this. Bottom of the fifth, Gulf Coast batting. Both teams turn double plays to get out of first and third one-out jams. So neither team wanting to score. We'll see who breaks the ice first. That pitch up high.
Well, both teams wanted to score at the bottom, or at the end of each of those innings, but happened to hit into a double play.
Right, the defense wouldn't let them. Some good defense, nice double plays turned by both teams. Big swing and a miss at a Jacob Walsh fastball by Galzado, 1-1 the count. One hit out to right. Got it off the end of the bat a little bit. Otherwise, he might have been able to hit that one out. The wind is blowing out. Just didn't get all of it. So Galzado's the first out. And now Tilsky, the shortstop, will bat.
Brings up the shortstop, number 3, Jordan Tilsky.
So Tilsky comes to bat. He's 0 for 1. He's flashed his defensive prowess in this game and others. He takes low and away for ball 1. Fly ball out to right. Right fielder comes in. Sammy Duran makes the catch. He's put away both outs here in the fifth.
Next batter for the Commodores is the center fielder, number 6, Austin Murphy.
Austin Murphy set to bat, top of the order. He's reached twice on a walk and a hit by pitch, also has a stolen base. First pitch up high. Second pitch by Walsh up high, and Walsh may start to get tired here. He started the first game against Santa Fe. Walsh 3-0 pitch in there for a strike. Took a little bit off to get one over. Austin Murphy draws the 2-out walk. And we've seen this really, really come back to hurt teams. 2-out walks
Second baseman, number 4,
have been
Wesley
dangerous.
Roberson.
Well, Jacob Walsh, this guy must have an iron arm. He threw 128 pitches on Sunday night. And today is Wednesday, right? Kind of losing track.
Today is Wednesday. I know it seems like a long week.
Laced out to left field. No, that one was dropped. We're going to see what the call is on this one. They're going to give him an error out in left field. That's one that should have been caught. It was a tough play. He had to come sliding in, but it was one that should have been caught. It was in his glove and popped out. So E7 the call. Now runners at first and second.
Well, there you go, Scott. That 2-out walk definitely can come back and hurt.
Yeah, because now runner in scoring position for the number 3 hitter. And that one off the glove of Ruben Garcia. They're going to have to hold the runner. He kept it in the infield. So Ruben Garcia very well could have saved a run right there because that was not hit very hard. And if it gets through, the right fielder was going to have to run in on it. And with a running start from a fast runner like Murphy, that could have been a run. So Ruben Garcia quite possibly saved a run, a base hit for McGuffin. And again, Jacob Walsh threw 128 pitches on Sunday. And he's a warrior back out here on Wednesday. It is very old school.
Yeah, you normally don't see that anymore. Most coaches are pretty aware of younger players at this
And he's a
point.
former professional pitcher, so he knows what he's doing. Obviously, he knows his players better than we do, too. But most of the time, you're even questioning putting a guy out there on 3 days rest after that many pitches. And 2 days rest, again, he knows his pitchers. He knows his pitcher's arm, so he knows what he's doing. That's the reason he's the coach. It's just, I guess what's shocking to us is you just don't see that anymore. That's something they used to do. Guys would throw 175, 180 pitches. He went around, strike one in a game and didn't think twice about it. You know, so times have just changed, and I think some big leaguers that used to play, that used to throw those kind of things, trying to think of, can't think of his name right, Bert Blyleven has been one that's been very critical of the pitch counts and, you know, really babying some of these pitchers like Strasburg and, you know, when Matt Harvey was thinking about sitting out last year, the playoff run for the Mets. And some of those old-time guys feel like the more they do that, they don't get their arms used to being able to come in and throw 130, 140 pitches. So, yeah, they're going to get hurt when they do it because they're not used to it. But times change, injury protocol, and you know, safety stuff changes. So we'll see. Walsh looks fine out there, though.
And I know Johnny Wiggs is one that he watches his pitchers and their pitch count, along with Kevin O'Sullivan, the coach for the Florida Gators. Both of those coaches are they'll watch their pitchers and see what their pitch count is.
And I guess you figure you ask him how he's feeling, and if this is going to be the last time he's going to throw this week, so put him out there, get 60, 70, 80 pitches out of him. That one hit high and deep by Nelson at the fence. Leaping, gone. It is out of here. A grand slam for Nick Nelson. He hit a 3-run homer against Polk, and he just hit a grand slam off Jacob Walsh. The score, 4-0, Gulf Coast.
Well, Scott, we're going to go back to it. It all starts out with that 2-out walk.
A 2-out rally, 2 outs, nobody on. And then an error in left field that should have been caught. Was in the glove and popped out. So some unfortunate turn of events for Eastern Florida. And that was a tough error, honestly. I mean, he was sliding and it was in his glove. That one hit out to center. But it was one that should have been caught. Well, Eastern Florida now has some work to do. Nick Nelson's grand slam has made this a 4-0 game just like that. It was scoreless going into the bottom of the fifth, and now we're headed to the top of the sixth with a completely different ball game in front of us. 4-0 the score. And Eastern Florida to send John Jimenez, Rodriguez, and Navarro to the plate. They'll try to get a rally going. Titans coming up 9-1-2, top of the sixth. First pitch strike from Wisely and a second pitch strike. Wisely reaching back a little bit further now, up 4-0, and you can rest a little easier and start throwing more strikes. Feel a little bit more confident off the plate. Close pitch, Jimenez takes, good eye. Two-two pitch now to Jimenez. Rounded to short. Tilsky throws across for the out. Tilsky's been very solid at shortstop for the Commodores.
Batters the center fielder, number 21, Manuel Rodriguez.
One to the leadoff man, Rodriguez, the center fielder. That pitch down to the dirt. 2-1 from Wisely. Wisely struck out just one, but only allowed 3 hits. That one hit out towards right. Hit pretty well, and caught about 6 or 7 feet in front of the fence. And now Norberto Navarro, the second baseman. He's 0 for 2. He'll bat. Grounded out to short in the first and flew out to right in the fourth. A 1 pitch to Navarro. Swings through a breaking pitch. We apologize, the score is wrong on there. It is Gulf Coast 4, not Eastern Florida. Diving stop by Roberson, and the throw. Nice defensive play by Roberson. Like I said, it's been a long few days for all of us, so we apologize about that mistake up there. But it is 4-0 Gulf Coast over Eastern Florida. And we're going to the bottom of the sixth. Gulf Coast coming to bat with Wisely, Bell, and Galzado. We'll be right back. Commodores pitcher Alec Wisely will lead off. Gulf Coast leads 4-0 on the strength of a Nick Nelson grand slam. Nelson hit a home run, a 3-run homer earlier today against Polk. Wisely, this is going to be a tough play for the shortstop. Has to come in on it, makes the throw, and dug out by Ruben Garcia. And Garcia made that scoop look pretty simple.
Brings up the third baseman, number 13, Brady Bell.
And now Brady Bell will bat.
Folks, the concession stand will be closing in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Coach talking to Brady Bell. Bell will step in. Well, now we're ready. Bell, the lefty, in there. 1 out, nobody on. Calzado on deck. Should someone reach Tilsky next in the order. Down and in. From the new Eastern Florida pitcher. That's number 23. Gabriel Rodriguez, freshman from Melbourne. Tap to third. It's in fair territory. Capra across the diamond for the out.
Brings up the right fielder, number 15, Carnegie Calzado.
2 up, 2 down, and now Calzado full bat. The right fielder is 0 for 2 today. Calzado fouls it back out of play. Oh, 2. That's strike 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for the reliever for Eastern Florida, Gabriel Rodriguez. And now they'll come to bat trying to chip away at that 4-0 Gulf Coast lead in the top of the 7th. Due to bat, Vincent Capra, Sammy Duran, and John Capra. We'll be back with more from Henley Field in Lakeland, Florida right after this.
Vincent Capra.
Vincent Capra, the shortstop to lead off for Eastern Florida. Eastern Florida trailing by 4 runs. Need to get a rally going at some point. It's getting a little bit late into the game. It's the 7th inning. Still scoreless. Alec Wisely has pitched a nice game. Center fielder not able to get it, and Capra running hard will go into second. That one should have been caught, for sure. My vote's for an error. That's what my vote is. My vote doesn't count, though. Let's take a replay of that.
Brings up the right fielder, number 11, Sammy
Yeah, I thought
Duran.
the center fielder and the right fielder were actually going to collide. They got so close.
And it hit right off of there. That's got to be an out. Got to be caught. So Capra goes all the way into second, so a 2-base error on the center fielder. Well, thank you to Megan, who's doing the camera operating for us. Sarah needed a game off. Sarah's done a great job for us for the last, I guess, is this the 4th day?
This is the 4th day.
Whoa. Megan stepping in on her first game. Have you ever done this before, Megan? No? Well, you're doing pretty good for it being your first time. That's not bad at all. So thank you.
Must be pretty easy because Taylor hopped right in and did well too.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to do it. I wouldn't want that pressure. Line to third and caught for the out. The runner will stay at second, and John Capper will come to bat. That was Sammy Duran that hit that liner.
Went to school at Santa Fe for 2 years to get my video degree. We're going to do a little bit more than just handle a camera, but must be pretty easy then.
Hey, you didn't need to spend that 2 years at Santa Fe apparently, but it was fun, and you wouldn't have been able to spend 7 days in Lakeland in the rain and met me, right? So your life is complete now because of that. 4-0 Gulf Coast. Strike on the outside corner. Oh, 2 pitch. That one hit to second. Roberson over for the out. Now 2 down. The runner does move up to third base. Luis Ciro will bat.
Brings up the designated hitter, number 1, Luis Ciro Ortiz.
2 outs. Runner at third. Alec Wisely still on the hill. One hit may stay in play, and it does. The first baseman over there to go get it. Nick Nelson playing first base. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. So runner stranded at third for Eastern Florida. And Gulf Coast will be coming to the plate with 9-1-2. Tilsky, Murphy, and Roberson. We'll be right back. Jordan Tilsky, the shortstop, to lead off for Gulf Coast. We are in the bottom of the 7th. Eastern Florida yet to score. Gulf Coast leads 4-0. Tilsky bunts. Fielded by the pitcher. Garcia, another nice play. Trying to pick up some insurance runs, and you can never have enough runs in college. baseball because they can be scored in a hurry.
Brings up the center
Gabriel
fielder, number
Rodriguez
6,
hopped off the
Austin
mound and made a
Murphy.
nice play. Now top of the order, Austin Murphy. Reached base 3 times, hit by a pitch and 2 walks, so yet to record an official at bat. One to Murphy. Pitch right there on the outside corner from Rodriguez for a strike. Now 1-2. Rodriguez has come in throwing strikes. He's looked good out there on the mound for the Titans. Lays off, and now 2-2. Pitch fouled, and will it stay in play? Capra chases it. John Capra, but it goes out of play over there, so just a foul ball, and the count will remain 2-2. Up and in now, 3-2, so he's fought back to even the count here at Henley Field. Henley Field's been here since 1925. Broke ground on it in 1922. Ball 4 from Rodriguez. So he loses Austin Murphy. 1-out walk to the leadoff man. Finished it up in 25. The Indians were here 25-27 for spring training. Tigers used it for quite a few years as well.
Brings up the second baseman, number 4, Wesley Roberson.
And Wesley Roberson, the number 2 hitter, reached on an error in the 5th and scored. Well, in that 5th inning, Tyler, as soon as it happened, it's been something that at this tournament has just been an omen for bad things to happen. First 2 outs, just like that, and then a walk. And what ends up happening, the bases get loaded and Nick Nelson hits a grand slam. So you go from 2 outs and nobody on, you work yourself into a situation with a walk and an error. Thrown out at second trying to steal is Austin Murphy, and he did not get a good jump at all and was thrown out fairly easily on a good throw by Jimenez.
Yeah, like you said, it's something that we've seen this whole week now, is that teams get their 2 outs and then they'll get a walk, or someone will get just a base hit, and then
Can't
it
let up.
goes down from there.
Cannot let up after you get those first 2 outs. You got to finish it. Oh, 2 now to Roberson. 1-2. Down and in now, 2-2. Roberson spoils that 2-2 pitch, hits it out into the street. Seen a lot of foul balls go into the street. Have you guys had to chase them out into the street, Megan? You have? God bless you. I heard they only lost 4 baseballs or something today. That seems insane.
For how many have fouled out all over?
And one of them, I know Hugo Valdez, grandfather, track down. Out in the bushes out there, he hit it over the street, over the practice facility, and it was in the bushes by the Harley-Davidson or whatever that is over there, dealership or something over there. I don't know what it is, but
I thought it was a little medical center or something.
yeah, I don't know. There's a couple guys with Harley shirts on out front, so I figured maybe that's what it was. I guess I jumped the gun on that, but I guess I shouldn't assume by what guys are wearing out front what the actual business is. My first mistake. Roberson flies out to center. The music kicks on very loud for the third out. So we'll go to the top of the 8th. Eastern Florida set to bat. Lyle, Garcia, Jimenez. 2 up. We'll be right back. Ian Lyle to lead off for Eastern Florida. And Eastern Florida's got to get it going. I said that last inning, and it rings even more true here in the 8th. They trail 4-0. Only 7 hits combined. Pitching has ruled the day here. Only runs came on a grand slam by Nick Nelson that started with a 2-out, bases empty walk. And you're probably shaking.
Left field.
Yes, and then an error in left field on the ball that should have been caught. That one's slicing away from the left fielder, and it will fall in for a double. Well, a single.
Oh.
And he probably should have gone into second, but he made the decision, listen, we're down by 4. We've got to score multiple runs here in the next few innings. So if I get thrown out at second right here, I may not even be able to go into the dugout and not have everyone jump all over me for that. So there is a time when being aggressive is good, and there is a time when being too aggressive. But that's one where I think he would have been okay going into second down the line like that. But who knows? He probably made the right decision on that, not even taking the chance of getting thrown out. Ruben Garcia now batting. I mean, you need 4. Your run doesn't really mean that much, although it is still the 8th, so you would like to get 1 or 2 here. It's better than nothing. Yeah. 1-2 now to Garcia. Four nothing lead for Gulf Coast. Nick Nelson grand slam, the only scoring. That was back in the 5th. Garcia shoots one through to right field, and now runners at first and second with nobody out. Eastern Florida's got something going, and they are threatening here in the 8th. They got a runner to third in the 7th, couldn't get him home, and now working with 2 on and nobody out. We'll see if they keep Wisely in there. They're asking if the bullpen is ready.
Catcher number 28, Gian Jimenez.
So it may be a pitching change shortly, not yet at least. That one's down, and Jimenez, the number 9 hitter, is ahead in the count early. Well, you got the top of the order coming up next, so this one far from over. Eastern Florida now with 4 hits and a couple runners on base this inning right here. They've gotten 2 of their 4 hits. Now it's 2-0 to Jimenez, and that one right in there from Wisely. One hit, second. Roberson for 1. Over to first, dug out, and a double play has hurt Eastern Florida's chances of a rally. Four, 6, 3.
Number 21, Manuel Rodriguez.
Runner at third now with 2 outs. Now back to the top of the order and Manny Rodriguez. First pitch strike from Wisely. Right back to the pitcher. Wisely snags it, underhands it, and 3 outs. So what started so promising for Eastern Florida is shut down by Alec Wisely. Right back to the pitcher goes Rodriguez. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. Gulf Coast is going to send McGuffin, Nelson, and Bennett to the plate. We'll be back right after this. Bowen McGuffin to lead off, number 3 hitter for Gulf Coast. 1 for 3, single and a run scored in the 5th. He was part of that 2-out rally, and he singled to bring Nelson to the plate for the grand slam. Down and in from Rodriguez. That one's low and away off the plate, 2-1. Well, we've got some good games set tomorrow. Be back here at 10 a.m. This is the last game of today. We'll pull out our bracket. That one laced up the middle by McGuffin. His second hit. We'll pull up the bracket here and take a look at game times and such. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., Polk and Santa Fe will play in a winner's bracket game, and then
brings up the first baseman, number 16, Nick Nelson.
Let's see, Thursday at 1, you'll have
the loser of that Santa Fe Polk game.
No, not yet. At 1, you'll have the winner of this game playing against the loser. Or did you say the loser, or did you say the winner? You did say the loser.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, you're correct. So you'd have the loser of that Santa Fe Polk game will have to play back-to-back games. The winner will get one game of respite and then have to take on Chipola. So that's how it looks tomorrow. 3 games scheduled. And tomorrow is a day if there's rain. Since the last game is scheduled for 4, have a little bit of time to make something happen. One, nobody out, runner at second. A wild pitch moved McGuffin up. Out off to the right, into the street again.
Way out there.
That bounced way high up in the street. No, I think the light was red, so there was no cars coming down the street, thankfully, but it hit and bounced.
I haven't heard of any balls hitting a car yet.
Yeah, you'd think you would hear it, or some screeching tires or something. Seen them hit at Santa Fe before. Hit to the right side to move the runner up. Good fundamentals. And a nice play by Nelson. So he hits home runs, and he also hits the ball to the right side to move his runner up to third base. He also pitches and
Next batter is the catcher, number 10.
does all sorts of
Jonathan
stuff. Really
Bennett.
good player, Nick Nelson. Seems to carry himself really well on the field as well. Wasn't showing anybody up on home runs or when he was pitching, and plays the game. Seems to play the game the right way. Obviously, this is the first time I've watched him play here at this tournament, but seems like a guy that does things the right way. It's good to see. That one gets away, and the run will come home, and that's right there why you execute with a ground ball to the right side to get him in third, because so many different things can happen. A fly ball or a pass ball or a wild pitch or a ground out. I believe they did have the infield in right there to try to cut that run off at home. But it is now 5-0 in favor of Gulf Coast. So Eastern Florida going to have a big hill to climb in the 9th. Hit the first, Garcia. He'll take it himself. Bennett was hustling down the line. And now Wisely will hit.
Next batter for the Commodores is the pitcher, number 21, Alec Wisely.
Hit out to center by Wisely and hit well, but it's going to be caught out there. He hit it about 385 to center field, and now Eastern Florida with their last chance. They need 5 to keep the game going. They'll have their 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up. Norberto Navarro, Vincent Capra, and Sammy Duran due for the Titans. When we return, we'll be back with more from the FCSA tournament right here on YouTube.
for the Titans is number 16, second baseman Norberto Navarro.
Last chance for Eastern Florida. Again, I'd like to thank Mark over there at Eastern Florida for his help with everything. He does a great job with their sports department. 0-2 to Navarro.
Also want to shout out to their broadcast that they do at Eastern Florida.
Oh yeah, they do a great job there. That TV department. Oh, just foul. Navarro almost started off with a double. They do a great job with their broadcast. Absolutely. We talked about that before. That's such a good thing to see out of a 2-year college, bringing that level of broadcast to the table.
I know we've looked at it from Santa Fe, looked at Eastern Florida's and seen how well theirs is done, the graphics that they have there, the multiple cameras that they have.
Well, it shows when you have a department behind it that supports it, like the TV department there or the broadcasting department at Eastern Florida. And not every school has the luxury of that, you know, but when you do, it's nice to see it used at athletics because it isn't always at schools, and so they take it very seriously, but they use it to train their students, you know, so that's a good thing. 1 out now.
Brings up the shortstop, number 17.
Here in the 9th, that was a grounder to third. And 2 outs away from a complete game shutout is Alec Wisely. Strike 1 to Vincent Capra. Eastern Florida's season hanging by a thread. They took 2 teams out. Gulf Coast looking to take them out. Down to third. Gloved. Throw across. What a throw. What a play. Made right there by Brady Bell. He unleashed a hose.
It was a heck of a throw from all the way back in there from third.
Brings up the right fielder, number 11, Sammy Duran.
Sammy Duran, the last chance to keep the game going for Eastern Florida. They're going to have to string a lot together. We've seen it happen. But it's going to take a lot for Eastern Florida. Something they haven't really been able to do against Alec Wisely. It's down and in now, 2-1. That one too short, and it eats up Tilsky on a bad hop. Not much he could do there. The runner's going to go into second, standing up. So a hit because of that hop. That was pretty nasty. Could be argued either way, but one where you probably got to stay down, and I could definitely see an argument for that being an error, but they'll give him a hit, so that's what we'll go with. Meeting at the mound with Coach Candler. Two outs, and Wisely's going to stay out there. Try to finish this game, finish what he started.
Batter's number 14, third baseman, John Capra.
John Capra, twin brother of Vincent Capra, now batting. Well, Eastern Florida with a runner at second now. They've got to score 5. That's down 2-0. There is activity in the Gulf Coast bullpen. This is probably the last batter, the last chance that Wisely has to finish the game. Hit out to center. Center fielder right on it. Rodriguez puts it away. Excuse me, Murphy puts it away to end the game. Gulf Coast victorious 5-0 over Eastern Florida. Eastern Florida has been eliminated from the tournament. Gulf Coast will now move on to play tomorrow. And let me see what time that game was at again. I just had it up. They will play tomorrow at 1. So Gulf Coast against either Polk or Santa Fe tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So we'll be back at 10 with Santa Fe and Polk in the winners bracket. Thank you for watching. I'm Scott Jamison, Tyler Allen, Megan, our camera operator, Sarah, who's been here with us too for most of the day. She's waving. You can't see her, but she's waving. So thank you to everyone, Bing Tyus and Wally. Can't forget to thank Wally, right? Wally Minto, everybody else here, thank you very much. And also Kelly Warren, FCSA president. We'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m., Saints and Polk State. Thanks for watching.